And apparently slavery didn't even make Britain rich. I'm starting to think the whole thing wasn't worth it, Steve.
I knew we'd convince you eventually. Yeah, slavery did not make Britain rich, finds report. Well, there's a new book that reveals that colonialism delivered only modest gains. And if you do the maths, there are some gains, but all the military extra that you have to spend for going around doing all the slavery costs. So they've said, actually, it didn't make the nation rich because there's a lot of outgoings associated with running a slave trade. You could also add in the end of the slave trade to add some maths into it. But also, I'm not sure that's exactly what reparations are based on, the prosperiness of the doers. It's also the impact to the nations. This same report says there is a cost to the people who were taken from countries. And I suppose if you view it this way, you know, if you get mugged and you want your wallet back and the police say, yeah, but you had to get an Uber to come and mug you, you wouldn't care about the costs that the perpetrator did in this. But what I think is the best finding out of this, it made some families rich. We've had some cases of some families giving money. Reparations should come from the rich families, not the rest of the nation. Get the rich, posh people paying if it's going to happen, not the people from working class backgrounds who've slightly socially climbed. I'm on board all of a sudden.
But you know what? That's like 200 years ago. So you're asking the descendants of people from 200 years, and there's no money from those people.
The Trevelyan's did it. They still had the dosh.
Here's the thing. This is... you know what? I hate to say it. You're basically right, because the Danes didn't have any slaves, and they're very rich, and the Norwegians didn't have any slaves, and they're rich. And I don't think that the Germans, did the Germans have any slaves? Don't think that they did. So just...
They probably did. I mean, one of the worst ones he cites is the Belgians rule over the Congo, so let's not let the Belgians...
But they weren't slaves in Belgium, I don't think. I think they were just oppressed people.
Well, it was colonialism, that's what we're talking about. It's about colonialism. So this is Christian Niemitz. We should shout him out because he follows me on Twitter and I follow him. So he's an interesting guy, and he has this new book, Imperial Measurement, and he's just going through this, overturning some myths. I think we should do that because... although it turns out, you know, we didn't get rich of it, and as you say, although it turns out it wasn't good for the people, which we might imagine, we do need to get rid of the idea that we're just uniquely evil and that, you know, I mean, that's one thing that's... maybe that's not relevant to this book, but the idea we got rich off it, probably most kids think that in school, that it was just bad all round for everyone, and it was going on a lot. And we ended it as well. We never hear about that. That worries me a bit, because kids in school, there was a piece by Michael Deacon in the Telegraph, a group of 13-year-olds were asked, you know, do you hate Britain? All their hands went up immediately. I mean, we could teach a different history, even if it's this, even if it's, OK, we didn't get rich, it was bad for the people, a nuanced history, but we need a more nuanced, accurate history.
And even if we did get rich, so what? So what? The hell with these people. Let them get. And you know what? You go to Nigeria or Ghana or whatever. Half the people were stealing the other half of the people and putting them on boats. We didn't go into Africa and enslave anybody. We were given not me, but the British people were given these people. So they should just take it. They should just take it. Not that they're going to take it easy, but this is where. We're hating each other too much.
No, it's a sudden redemptive message at the end there. You went all hippie in the middle of that sentence. OK, let's end on that upbeat moment.